Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mike from M&R Automotive. Today I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to mount the Ford Bronco fog light kit and do the wiring. The fog light kit includes white LEDs as main light with amber DRL capability. In the kit you do get two shrouds, a driver and a passenger side. I'm going to show you guys just how to assemble the driver side. So you're going to go ahead and insert the light into the housing, and you are going to use the supplied hardware in order to mount it. So there's a little washer and the bolt, and there's two per light that you're going to thread. Make sure it's nice and centered. What you want to do, you want to align the lip of the bracket to the groove on the light itself, so that way it's facing forwards. So we did that on one. We're going to do the same thing with 2, 3, and 4. So this is how the housing looks like with the lights embedded into them. You're going to do the same thing on the passenger side and follow me to the truck, where we go ahead and mount the whole fixture into the bumper opening. First thing we want to do is remove the factory bolts. If they are a little bit tight, go ahead and spray some WD-40 on them. I did it in this application just because I didn't want to strip the head itself. We're going to be reusing the same bolts after we installed the fog light kit back into the vehicle. Now we're going to go ahead and slide the fog light kit into the opening. We're going to go ahead and reuse the same bolts that we've removed in the previous step after we installed the fog light. And we can also like aim them after a little bit lower. Whatever you did on the passenger side, we want to do the same thing. Just tighten the bolts. Make sure you like the alignment. Every fog light kit is equipped with a wiring harness, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to wire it. There's two grounds, one for driver, one for passenger side, and there's a wiring harness that goes from the auxiliary switches, then it goes to the driver side fog light, and then goes across to the passenger side fog light that has two leads, two power sources, one for the white light and one for the amber DRL, so you can control those two individually. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to spread the wiring harness out. Attention to these two eyes. These are the power sources for the driver side fog light. From here, they spring out to the passenger on one end, and then to the auxiliary switches on another. So wherever you see the Y connection, that's for the driver side. We're going to go ahead and grab one end and feed it through the top, so that way it comes out of the inside the engine bay, and I'm going to pull through it. So I'm going to go in the corner here and feed it up, and then somebody on top is going to be able to pull it. Do you see it?
Here in the corner. I got it.
Good. Pull it through. Pull, 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 pull.
All the way?
All the way. Alright, enough. Alright, so we're going to do a couple things. We're going to go ahead and determine which power source we're going to use for the white light, and it's going to be connected to the brown wire. So let's go with red. So in this configuration, we're going to go red to brown here and crimp it. Okay, like that. And then the amber DRL is going to be the yellow wire, so we're going to go black to yellow and crimp it. Alright, so this takes care of the two power sources, and then I'm going to go ahead and crimp the additional grounding strap wire, all it is just the eyelid, onto the blue wires. So it gets grounded locally, but the power gets brought in from the auxiliaries. There it is. So next thing I'm going to do is bring the second half of the harness. I'm going to get it through to the passenger side behind the skid plate, and then we're going to do the same thing on that side. So that way the only thing we have left to do after is just connect it to the auxiliaries. We're going to go ahead and utilize this bolt to run the ground for the fog light kit. So we're going to go ahead and slide this through the factory bolt, tighten it back up, and that's going to be the grounding location. So now that we fed the remaining of the wiring harness to the passenger side, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We determined that the red wire was going to go to the brown, the black wire is going to go to the yellow, which is the amber DRL, and then the blue is going to be the ground. For the ground, we're going to use this bolt on the bottom of the bumper. We used it on the driver's side. We're going to do the same thing on the passenger. So we have the grounding wire. We're going to thread the eyelid through that factory bolt and go ahead and reinstall it. And we're going to go ahead and ground the fog light kit to the blue wire. Alright, we're gonna leave this here right now. We're gonna throw power to it and see if we need to do any type of adjustments. We're gonna leave switch number 1 available for a more powerful light or another item. We're gonna go ahead and use the white feature of the fog light kit on auxiliary 2, which is a 15 amp fuse, and we're gonna put the amber DRL feature on auxiliary 6, which is a 10 amp fuse. So we're gonna be looking for a green and brown wire and a yellow and orange wire. So let's go with auxiliary 2 first, green and brown. I'm gonna go ahead and pull on it a little bit so that way it comes out. I'm gonna strip it. And connect the green wire to the white feature of the light bar. So we're gonna go ahead and crimp it to the red wire on the wiring harness. For the amber feature of the fog light kit, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on switch number 6, which is this yellow wire with an orange stripe. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tip off, strip it, and then we're gonna connect it to the black cable. Now I'm gonna crimp it to the black part of the wiring harness. Let's try the amber. Bam! There it is.
They're on. Okay, now turn the whites on.
It's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you very much for watching the video.